I'm a lot into the organic, natural food. Well, I'm so excited to be part of Foxboro Cable. And I'm gonna give it a try, and I'll let you know. Welcome back to another episode of Cook with Iris. Today we are going to make plantains and stewed chicken. I'm so glad that you're here with me to cook one more time and taste some amazing flavors. Let's go. So I have already prepared some organic chicken. It's already been seasoned, and I'm gonna tell you all the ingredients that are in this chicken. So this is a family pack, which is about 4 legs and 2 split breast. And what I did, I got some cilantro, about half a cup of cilantro, half a cup of parsley, and then I seasoned it with some dry herbs, which are really good for you, anti-inflammatory. So the more you use them, the better for you. And a little bit of salt. So let me give you the recipe. And I have here the recipe for your chicken. Here we go. So you're gonna need about 1 tablespoon of cumin, which is really good for you if you're trying to get rid of some of your water in your system, because a lot of times we retain a lot of liquids. So cumin is a great herb to use in your foods. I also have thyme, smoked paprika. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. And the stewed chicken is gonna have a nice color because we're gonna use saffron. Saffron is an herb that is been used for years, and it used to be used for coloring textiles, but they figured out there is also so amazing for your health, because it has a lot of saffron is really good because it helps you with reducing your stress levels, your blood sugar, and here we go. Ready? So the first thing you're gonna do to handle chicken, you want to clean your chicken very well. And the first thing we do is wash your chicken. And when you handle chicken, make sure you wash it with cold water, not warm water. Don't make that mistake. So I've done that. And I have here a nice warm pot, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Make sure that your pot is nice and warm, not too hot, just right. And what I did, I actually seasoned the chicken the night before, so it will just get that nice flavor overnight. And I add salt, pepper, about half a teaspoon of pepper, and I'm going to actually put the herbs, this thyme. I'm going to add the thyme. You hear the sizzling? Parsley. Here we go. And it smells really, really good. And another ingredient that I add to the chicken is plenty of fresh garlic. About 4 tablespoons of fresh garlic. Garlic is another great herb to use when you cook. It looks really great. So we're gonna stir this a little bit. And this chicken is gonna cook about 30 to 35 minutes. Now to make a nice stew, now it already has a little bit of the color because the smoked paprika. I add about 4 tablespoons of smoked paprika. So it has a little bit of color, but I'm gonna add a little bit more color using the saffron. Saffron it has a really strong flavor taste that it just energizes your food. Once you use it, you're gonna love it. And by the way, saffron is off the charts when it comes of how much you need. Like 1 ounce of saffron has 400 milligrams of what the doctor recommend you're supposed to have daily. So it's great. It produces iron, magnesium, and the most important thing, it helps with stress. So if you can add that to your diet, you're good to go. All right, so I'm gonna cover this and let it steam and cook for about, 20 minutes, and I'm gonna add a little bit of water. If you need a little bit of the tomato flavor, feel free to add about 2-3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now, many of you guys have seen these beautiful plantains in the store, and you're trying to figure out what to do with this hard, big, huge banana. Well, plantain is part of the family, the banana family. Plantain is part of the banana family. Now, there are different types of plantains. There are the ones that are really green and hard, and you use them to make what I'm going to make, which is I'm going to make tostones. Now, this is a traditional dish from Puerto Rico and from where I come from. I'm from Honduras. So I grew up eating plantains and green bananas. Green bananas, yes, you heard me right. Hard green bananas. And we fry them, we boil them, we mash them. So, and then you get the real banana, not the real bananas, but you get the bananas that you see in the store, the yellow bananas, the fruit banana. So, I'm gonna show you how simple it is to make these bananas. So all you do is you're gonna cut both ends. See? Just like this, very simple. You're gonna make alongside an incision. You're gonna cut it, and it just comes, the skin comes right off. Now, if the plantain is a lot more greener than this, it's gonna take a little bit of muscle work, but it's not as hard as you think. This one came off a little easier because it's a little in the yellow side. So all you do is take the skin off. And because we are making tostones, you get this 1/2 an inch of thickness that we're going to cut the plantains. So once your plantain is cut, and I'm gonna turn the heat on here. Yep, it's nice and hot. Make sure that it's nice and hot, and I'm going to use corn oil to kind of fry this. If you have a deep fry, you can use a deep fry. But we in the studio, we don't have a deep fry. So I'm gonna use just a regular pot, and I'm gonna use half a cup of corn oil. Now, I have this gadget for the tostones. If you don't have this tostones little gadget, don't worry about it. You can always use a plate to match your plantains. So to make these tostones, there are a few steps that you have to follow. Peel them off, cut them in about 1 inch, half an inch to an inch thick. And you have your hot oil, deep fry. That is going to take about 1 minute. Just put them right in there. Toss them around a few times. Then we're going to take them off. We're going to take them out of the fry pan. Turn them around. This is just a quick crisp. We're going to crisp them. And then we're going to mash them. That's our third step. Just really quick until they get like a nice brown color in both sides. But we don't want to cook them all the way. We just want that nice brown color. So about a minute. I haven't made this for a while because they're fried. But it's okay. Once in a while, won't harm anyone. They're really tasteful, really good. So once you get this nice brown color, we're going to remove them from the oil. And we're going to use our tostones machine, our tostone maker. Okay. Let's give it another 30 seconds. Let's check on our chicken. Nice smell, really good. Toss it a little bit. Smells really good. Now, if you like to get that tomato taste, you add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now that we have halfway cooked this chicken, I'm going to add a whole onion. Just a whole big onion right on top. And I also have here the stems of the parsley and the cilantro. I used them, I chopped them really, really good, really fine. I don't like to waste much. So this is where all the vitamin is. Not only the leaves have the nutrients, but also the stems. So I'm gonna add, it was about half a cup of each. Okay. And some bay leaves, just for that extra flavor. Put about 5 leaves. Let that steam. We're gonna taste for salt. If it needs more salt, we're gonna add more salt. And I'm gonna add half a cup of water to get that yummy stewed, and then we add the saffron. So the saffron is gonna cook for the last 10 minutes. We don't wanna overcook, we don't want it to be too strong, we just want it to be perfect. And that beautiful color, it will come right out. It will taste really good. Now, let's move on here to our plantains and see that brown color. That's what I want. So it's time to remove them because we don't want to actually, because they're gonna go back into the fryer. Okay? It's perfect. So one of the sides nice and crispy, the other one is just right. Perfect. It's just really good. So once you've done that, we're gonna use our tostone maker. All you do is put it right there in the center, you press down, and you get this beautiful tostone. That's perfection. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this aside. and keep working. We're still gonna use that 1/2 cup of oil. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, these are really good. This is a really nice side dish. It's gluten-free. And to impress your guests for something different, you can use it as a chip. Oops. Okay. Sometimes they break, that's fine. You can just kind of pull it together. I love anything that has to do with bananas, plantains, and fresh ingredients. Here we go. Perfect. Look at how beautiful they look. So once you have pressed them all, the next step is to put them back in this oil, and then we're gonna cook them, and we're gonna make sure that they're nice and crispy. Perfect. This is one of our favorites in our home. And when they are nice and soft, when this banana, I'm actually gonna cut one that is nice and soft, and I'm gonna taste it for you because you can actually eat that raw. Okay, so this looks good. Sprinkle it with a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. And this go back in the frying pot. And just make sure that it's cooked all the way through without burning them. Now, if you don't want to use your fryer and you have plenty of time, you can actually bake them. It's gonna take about an hour. It's gonna take a little longer. But if you want, oh, look at how beautiful this looks. But if you have the time, it's perfectly okay to use your oven and bake them. But if you have 30 minutes, like we have here in the studio, to make this meal happen, use the deep fryer. Once in a while won't hurt. And you have your stewed chicken. And we're gonna have, I'm gonna make a pepper salad. So, oh, we have one more. Press this. If you don't have, I actually meant to say, if you don't, let me show you, if you don't have tostones maker machine, it's okay. You can perfectly use a plate, and I'm gonna show you. Here's your plantain, and all you do is, you can put a little bit of oil, but remember, this has oil already. The plantain already has oil. So you just press down. And here you have. You get the same effect. You don't have to spend the extra money for the tostone machine. Now, chicken is cooking. I'm gonna mix it and add 1 cup of water. Smells so good. I love stewed chicken. Okay. Here comes magic. Now remember, 1 ounce, it's all you need. This goes a long way. A little bit expensive, but it's worth. It's worth to have it in your cabinet, in your kitchen cabinet. I'm gonna use 1/2 teaspoon. maybe a little bit more. Here we go. It's great when you use it in rice. It gives it a nice color too. Not only a nice flavor, it has an earthly flavor taste. Let's mix it. And you have your garlic in there, your smoked paprika, pepper, salt, bay leaves, parsley, fresh cilantro, fresh thyme. Oh, it's really good. Now I'm gonna taste it for flavor. Just wanted to make sure that it cooks for about, 20 minutes before I taste it, because when you're dealing with chicken, you have to be really careful. All right. Make sure I don't burn. That's nice and toasty. That's the color we want. It's perfect. They're very crunchy, but in the inside will be nice and soft. Beautiful. It's cooking to perfection. I'm gonna give it like, see, this one needs a little longer. There we go. 1 minute on this side. And I'm gonna taste our chicken to see if it has the right flavor. So I'm gonna taste the chicken to see if it has the right flavor. The stew is good. Just need a little bit more salt. Even though I season it with a little bit of salt ahead of time, I'm gonna add half a teaspoon. And if I need more, I add more. Gotta be careful with salt. Okay. I think these plantains are ready to come out. And what I do is get paper towel. And you take them. Perfect. This is perfect. You can prepare this in 30 minutes, really. 45 minutes max. But if you prepare your food ahead of time, you're able to bring home a nice meal to the table. Here we go. This one needs a little bit more. Turn them over. Looks good. Press down. Get that extra oil. Just to show you, this is a little yellow. See how simple it comes. It's so simple to peel these plantains. Come right off. It's a different cut when you're doing the yellow plantains. It's more a julienne cut, sideways. It's just a style, that's how it is. Nice and sweet. You can easily eat it just like this. It's like a banana. Real good. And I'm actually gonna make them nice and sweet. So the crew can see the difference between the green tostones and then the sweet plantains. So don't be afraid when you see, like the old bananas, you see these all looking brown plantains. They still good. Growing up, my favorite way to eat this sweet plantains were baked. You can bake this plantains, and I'm telling you, oh my goodness, they're delicious. And how we used to eat them when we put them in the oven, you cook them until they're nice and brown. They're caramelized. And then we add beans and sour cream and feta cheese right on top. Delicious. That's just a tip. If you're looking for different ideas what to do with this strange banana, you can bake them. Just peel them off, stick them in the oven in a baking sheet. Make sure that they're nice and brown when they come off. You can add refried beans on top, sour cream, and feta cheese. A delicious dish. Now, I already cut here julienne style different peppers, red, green, yellow, and orange. Very simple. All you need is 2 tablespoons of apple cider, 2 tablespoons of fresh organic lemon juice, sprinkle some salt, pepper. This is just a simple vinaigrette. Now, if you want to add onions to the mix, feel free to add onions. Let me turn this so they don't burn. Perfect. It's looking really good, smelling good, and it's going to taste really good too. Okay. Same thing. You can absolutely bake this plantains. It's just gonna take a little longer. So I like to make them this way while my meat is cooking. I'm focusing on the plantains. So once this is done, you get your salad, you mix this, and add a little bit of olive oil, half a teaspoon, half a tablespoon. Did I add the salt already? I don't think I did. Go easy on the salt. It's all about taste. So as you go, make sure you taste your food. And it's just a colorful, beautiful, fresh salad that the kids love this pepper salad. That's why I didn't add the onions. And I have here about 2 tablespoons of chives, which is the same thing as onions, pretty much, green onions. But the kids, when they see the, onions, this one is just fun and colorful. Still getting the same nutrients. I'm gonna taste. Sweet. It's gonna give it a nice balance. Now, if you want to add more to the dish, more carbohydrates, you can very well make some white rice or brown rice. That will go really good with this meal. But I decided to just keep it simple because I'm frying I'm using the oil to fry, so that's plenty for us here. Okay, looks good. I'm gonna put a few more because I think the crew is gonna fall in love with this dish, with the plantains. So, a few more. And it looks like we are done. I'm gonna plate our food. And then I'm gonna taste it for you, like I usually do, and let you know how good it is. I should be posting pictures of the crew eating the food afterwards, because it's easy for me to say, oh, this is so good. Of course, I made it. Everything I make is delicious, so it makes sense. But the crew loves it. All right, perfect. I'm so happy that I'm able to bring through the TV screen some of my roots, the foods that I grew up eating, and I'm able to share with you a different taste, a different flavor. So when you go to the store and you see in the multicultural section what that is, oh, I've seen that before. I'm gonna try it. So I'm glad that I'm able to do that. We have completed in half an hour our beautiful dish. So I'm going to plate our food. Smell is amazing in the kitchen here. Our chicken looks great. So I'm actually gonna just put all of the pieces right in here. You see the color in the saffron? Oh, perfect. There we go. It's that nice yellow orange, but forget the color. It's the flavor that went in this chicken, that is in this chicken. The flavor that is in this chicken it's amazing. Here we go. Here's the juices. We can turn this off. And I'm just going to go right on here. And I'm gonna save a little bit of that. Now, if you have some rice, some white rice, this nice stew goes right on top of your rice. To die for, to die for, to die for. Okay? We have our beautiful plantains. Actually, it's already went. That's how you're supposed to eat it. You dip it in that sauce. This, you dip your plantain in that sauce. Our salad. We have completed our dish. For the extra kick, I love to cook with garlic. Just gonna add at the end a little bit, half a teaspoon of garlic. I love to cook with garlic. So just for that extra little kick, I added half a teaspoon of garlic to the salad, and to the stew, a teaspoon. Because garlic, at the end, you don't want to cook it. You just want it to just sit there and all the flavors to come together, because that garlic is just gonna just make it delicious. I can't even explain it, but when I make a stew, always at the end, I add that fresh garlic, crushed garlic. Now let's serve our dish. This is put that salad right there. Get your chicken. And add the stew. Get your plantains. And if you want to add a little bit of that stew on top of your plantains, go right ahead. And we are done. Smells and looks good. Now I'm going to taste this for you. All right, let's see. Thank you for letting me come into your homes and share with you these amazing recipes that I learned from my mother, from my family. Now let's see. It's really good. Delicious.